Hello, everyone. Welcome back again. So, before I start Trump's weekly reading, we're going from May 27th to the 2nd, June 2nd. My goodness, we're in June already. But I wanted to just give a big shout out of gratitude to all of our service members, past, present, and future. Okay, so, and happy Memorial Day, by the way. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I decided to use this deck that I got a little bit ago. It's called the United States of Tarot by Elena Lee McCune. No, yeah, McCune. So I think I think she's done 3 or 4 revisions, but I'll leave it there for a minute. But anywho, I wish she makes an. I wish she would create a new one, like a 2023 at least edition, and change up some of the people. Like Walt Nada should be in there, right? But it's okay. Whichever way the cards fall, I will adapt and try to get to the truth. And I have a spread in mind that I just made up in my head, so it won't be the traditional Celtic cross because these cards are so big. You can see they're even, and I'm going to leave them upright so you can see the artwork, but they're even challenging. And I don't have dainty little delicate hands, as you can see. And they're even tricky for me. So let's put the date into the cards, my intention. And if you hear me breathing, it's how I ground, okay? If you hear me exhale, I'm not trying to gather myself. Whoever said that in a comment, it's like, way to go. Yeah, let's tell a reader who's been doing this for 30 years how to do her job. Get myself together. I think they said, get yourself together before you do the reading. Well, the way it works, in case people don't know, is that you have to put your intention into the cards. And I always tend to exhale in order to ground myself further in my body because the guidance comes through my body. Drawing the cards, my guides come through my body. Everything comes through my eye-hand coordination and through my body because I'm an empath. So, rule number 1, never tell somebody how to do a reading. Go do your own damn reading. Okay. Donald John Trump. Donald John Trump. Whoa. I'm just going to go with that. So the 26th or 27th, it's the 27th through June 2nd. What will be your experience this week? And that will also show what he's doing. That will also show his karma. I think with this deck, we can see his karma coming back to him. Okay, that was it. Oh, I heard stop. Okay, let me set that there for a minute. See what I have here. This is the forces in motion. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. It's not, well, I can't remember the dude, the photographer, the famous photographer. This would be his teamwork. So the forces in motion would be him and his sycophants with their dark money politics, which includes, 6 members of Scrotus at this point. His greatest challenge, when we have the 5 of Cups, now here we have Abraham Lincoln. My goodness. I posted an article that Heather Cox Richardson wrote last night, and there was a lot about Abraham Lincoln So, and you can see, it's like, just look at the imagery, right? We're talking the North and the South fighting over slavery. And that's his greatest challenge with his dark money politics. Wow. Okay, and then I'm doing this and this, and these must be for Sunday over here. Wow. Okay, so I wanted to do more challenges than just the one card because, you know, he's a multiply challenged man, right? Okay, so let me just go ahead and lay all the cards out, and we'll take it one day at a time up here at the top. But also, oh my goodness, I'll have to just keep reminding you that this is the Three of Pentacles under there. Because the Forces in Motion card it's like the situation for the week. But it's a strong card that you want to tie all together. Let's see, what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. I don't know if I'll end up using the kipper or not. But let's just give it some room here so you can maybe see the cards separately. I know the artwork is truly dense, intricate. It's beautiful. Well, there we have Elon Musk up there. Oh, God. You know, I mean, there you go. Like there, he's a perfect Elon Musk. He's a perfect example of, and Donald Trump. You know that money can't buy brains. Money can make, or brains can make money, but if they're not aligned with, you know, the laws of love, the benign law of abundance, love and abundance in the universe, that's not going to work out for him someday. Okay, so let's see. I might not need the chopstick yet. Anyway, more challenges. Seven of Swords. This is our Michael Cohen card. And this, I think, relates to the documents stolen from the White House. You know, all of those documents. That the news came out that there's that he had so much more, and right in his own bedroom. So that's a major challenge this week. And then, but then they're spinning it. You know, Trump's camp has spun it to the nth degree, as to trying to say that when the feds came, when the FBI came, they had orders to you know, to be whatever, to even do bodily harm if necessary, but they didn't do that, and that is normal standard FBI protocol. So, but you know, he'll spin it. And that's Elon Musk is up here because that's more of that sycophantic lack of real progress. Again, I didn't allow for reversals, but so I'm going to have to use it intuitively, but that's okay. Now over here, strength is being that, now all these cards down here we would definitely read as reversals. Seven of Swords means Trump will not get away with it. Michael Cohen's definitely one of the big players that has been able to, no matter how many times he lied, it will be able to bring him down. And then the Strength card, I love this. It's Elizabeth Warren. Nevertheless, she persists. So yeah, one of his greater challenges this week will be actual weakness. And as he is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, just like Justice Alito and just like Clarence Thomas, what's happening is that the women are getting stronger. The feminine power is getting stronger. Excuse me, hold on. So, okay. Sunday over here, with the Nine of Cups, it looks like he's probably out at a rally. But there are women taking a stand against him. And he can be all that and do all he wants, but bottom line is, when it comes to voting time, women have the power. He can go out and he can try and get the, people of any person of color get their votes, but it's not going to, I don't think it's going to last. It's not going to work. Now, John Kelly coming through here is interesting. So for Monday, 8 of Cups is our card that has to do with taking self-responsibility. You've done all you can, and now you need to, take the high road and climb the mountain. But, and this was John Kelly leaving, right? So maybe on Monday somebody else leaves him. It's very possible, because we know he will never take self-responsibility. And then with the 7 of Pentacles, here we have Stephen King, red rum. Well, okay. So this shows that anyone who has invested in Trump literally figures out later on that he is just a murderer of the truth, a murderer of any type of, basically, I would just say he's not a good investment. Let's just leave it at that. Trump is not a good investment. And then here up here on Tuesday, we have Barack Obama and Biden, which does bring through, the homeland. This is our 4 of Wands card. It's the safety of the homeland. And then with the Prince of Wands here, yeah, it could be kind of distracting that we've got, what's his name, Paul Ryan. So I'll try and bring that into present day reality, and let's like, who would this be? Prince of Wands. Well, all of the pages in this deck, she's got prince and princesses, and you do have more cards if you get this deck. I think you get like 80 cards or so. Yeah. But anyway, or 84, I can't remember. The pages, which would be the prince or the princess, does have to do with any news coming out. So what I can safely say without naming a person, besides Biden, and it could be that Obama speaks up for Biden because he's out there supporting him. So I am thinking that there's going to be something that comes out on the news in support of Biden, and it may very well be Obama speaking up, but it could be anybody. There could be something positive that comes through. Or it could be negative news about Trump, and it does support Biden. So there's that. Wednesday, the truth comes out somehow. Now, this is our Robert Mueller card, but this could be anybody else. This could even be, what's his name? Oh, that funny guy in the Senate, Murkowski. Is it Jared Murkowski? He's definitely telling the truth, and he's doing it in a very funny way. And there's a big change and some big ending for Trump. And look at this Confederate flag and the white, we've got the KKK look here going on. So truth brings through big change for him by Wednesday. There's something going on. Now, I don't have the 4 of Swords or the 10 of Swords near the Death card, so I can't say it's any type of physical problem for him yet. We don't have that yet. But again, remember, the 3 of Pentacles down here speaks to his teamwork and all these dark sycophants that fund him with money. But his biggest challenge is that he needs to grieve. He will have regrets. He will have major regrets in the future. And it might even be this very week. Major regrets over stolen documents and his weakness that will continue to grow. Because he's sick. He's a sick psycho. He's not healthy on any level. Not on any level. So there's that. Okay, Thursday, the Three of Wands can be a card of progress, but with him, because I know enough about spiritual law to know that people who are super dark, their life force is actually working against them. So I would say no real progress. I would say this card intuitively I feel should have come through reverse, but I didn't allow for reversals because I wanted you to see the artwork. So I'm going to say life force going down into the ground that doesn't nurture him and doesn't leave his body to nurture anyone else is just this inverted life force that works against himself and against his relationships. I'm going to say that this should have come through reversed, and where he is going to have broken relationships possibly on Thursday. Now, I might be wrong with the days of this happening, but this would be an overview of the whole week. Possibly on not Thursday, this would be Friday. Possibly on Saturday. This is interesting. There could be some major governmental group that brings something down that doesn't work well for him. But it does work well for women. And it may very well be a group like the Lincoln Project or Republicans Against Trump, something like that. I can't remember the name of that group. I probably have that name, but there's Republicans something or whatever against, it goes against Trump. And then with the Princess of Cups, we're talking, now I do read, with the art, so I would have to say it's a group, and look, we have Martin Luther King, and children here. So this could be that there's some news that comes out that goes against any person of color, and Martin Luther King's dream for a much better future is something that that is working against Trump. That's interesting. 10 of Cups up here to finish off the week on Sunday. Well, we know for sure, without a doubt, that he is a product, Trump is a product of an unhappy family, dysfunctional family, and also his, he's created a dysfunctional family within his own family. No matter how many wives and kids he's had, I doubt, maybe Barron has a chance, but we saw Tiffany not doing well. She was raised completely by a different mother. So, and then she still sucked up to Trump in the end. And then he screwed her over by not helping to pay for her wedding. And, yeah, anyway, that's a little diversion I won't go into. So I think by Sunday he's feeling the effects of his dysfunctional family, but he's going to be silent about it. And I do think that the High Priestess would come through as well, reversed, because with him, he does not have access to his higher self. He does not have access to his intuitive functions. He operates like a reptile. I remember before I even started reading on him, actually my first video that I did on him wasn't cards. It was an empath session where I went through it and then explained what I went through. Basically, I put myself in the position of what's it like to be in his body. How does his body function? Because I know enough about the chakras to know functioning, or open or closed or whatever. And what I got was that he functions. He's not really grounded at all in his body. And that's why that forward tilt. Plus, of course, he wears the shoe lifts, and of course, he wears girdles. So he's not working well. But that's also the stance of a psychopath. They always lean forward because the energy goes up and over. trying to dominate. So, but anyway, when I felt what goes on in his body in a normal day, it all came from the third chakra with like the will, his will center just pushed open, just always pushing outwards, and depleting the pancreas, and of course, the heart wasn't open because all the energy just went down and out the third. He didn't allow energy up into his heart because for him that's weakness. And so his third chakra was blown open and his fifth chakra was blown open. It's like the energy went, I couldn't feel it go down. I felt it go out, and I felt it go up into the limbic brain, up in the back of my neck. The energy went up, and then I could feel it shoot out the mouth. Like he did. And then there's no connection to the seventh, or the ground in the first, and the highly functioning chakras were the third and the fifth, back and front. Just like a lizard. So, yeah. Okay, I think I will. Let's see, how far, what am I in here, 20 minutes? Yeah, I think I could do a kipper in about 10 minutes. We could do that. Let's do that. Let's look. So Kipper is Ciro Marchetti's deck, and let's look at his legal future this week. And I already did a Kipper grand tableau on the hush money criminal case, the election subversion, election interference case. So you can watch that if you haven't already. And that may wrap up at the end of the week, maybe, or the week after. It may wrap up by June 2nd. But let's see how his week goes legally. Because it certainly looked like a lot of betrayal with the tarot. Disappointment, betrayal, and that death card right in the center. Whew. Looked to me more like death of relationships. Okay. So, Donald John Trump, how will this week go for you politically, legally, and politically? Well, personally too. I shouldn't shouldn't block out certain things. Let's just let it come through the way my guides want to bring it through. Right there. Okay. Oh, somebody's going to flip. There's flippage from his inner circle, even though flippage about money that he's paid and didn't mind, risking. Oh, you got to risk it to get the biscuit bullshit. With him, it definitely is his mode of operation. Whoa. Well, didn't we have this last week? Melania is, whoa, she's had it. She's walling herself off from his craziness. It is very telling that she's never showed up. She's never came through to support him in his hush money mushroom trial, if you catch my drift. She knows. There he is. Ooh. Right, of course. Okay. So let's see. We have somebody flipping from his inner circle, and it's going to drive him nuts. He may or may not know about it, but eventually he'll wind up here. Because he did come through here, maybe I should start this way. So again, he's more on top of things this week, but he's looking at the past. And his strategy isn't working. And so it makes him even more psychologically vulnerable. This card, this gloom and doubt card, in this deck it's conserved, but it's usually gloom and doubt. this has him feeling pretty darn insecure and helpless, and I think depressed. And he's depressed because he's blocked off from Melania, because she has said, "Hell with you, I'm out of here." And she's headed, she has been headed in a new direction, and it's all about protecting her son, of course. Now that Baron is 18, he falls under this category here with this card. But this could be our Walt Nauta card. And this would be Trump trying to keep him quiet, keep things on the down low. Yeah, because there's that strategy there. This is definitely Walt Nauta because he knights to the occupation card, and this is Trump's personal butler, right? Trump is trying to level things for Walt Nauta. Maybe Walt Nauta is the dude that flips finally at some point. Walt Nauta has worked his fingers to the bone for Trump. And he's probably, I'm sure he's been subpoenaed at some point. I'd have to do a separate reading on him, which I never have, and maybe it's time. Once I can get time. I've been swamped with personal readings, and that's why I haven't been uploading earlier in the week. Okay, so anyway, except for, the astrology, the weekly astrology. I'm still keeping up on my weeklies and my dailies, but anyway, that's another distraction. Walt Nauta is wanting to run away and escape. Walt Nauta is really concerned himself about imprisonment. And then Melania knows what happened as well. That's why she's here. Wow. Okay. And Trump is looking forward to just working, this would probably be Susan Necheles, and or any other supportive woman that holds secrets for him. Could be, what's her name, that Susie Wiles as well. It could be anybody. I mean, these people cards, except for the main male and female, they can be stand-in cards for several people. So this can be more than Walt Nauta. This could be any other person, any other male between 18 and 50, 55 tops. Because then we get into the mature man. This would be 50, 55 and older. But here we are with, whomever these guys are that work for Trump, and Trump always has his strategy to keep them down. Probably doesn't really pay them very well. Probably penny pinches, because we have him with this like slavery type of card here. This is also Trump taking advantage of any type of AI that he can in order to create subterfuge and some other visual effects. And he has a special guy that does that for him too, and that's a big part of his strategy. But I see Trump up and working and then needing to lay down, needing lots of downtime. We already know that he's decided not to testify. And we all knew he wouldn't anyway, no matter what he says. Of course he wouldn't, because he has, his attorney, Susan, to let him know that it'd be way too risky. But right at the center, the heart of the reading, the most important thing is that there's an older supportive man from the past that will flip. So this could be Alan Weisselberg that flips again. We know that Mark Meadows has flipped. I know that John Eastman has flipped. Hold on, where's my list? I have a little list of the ones. Oh, here it is. The readings I already did. Yeah, John Eastman, Mark Meadows, Jeffrey Clark will wind up with health issues. Andy Biggs is going to the big house. Oh yeah, and then Nicole Dunphy takes down Rudy, but eventually it's his health. So all of those, 22 some whatever thousand emails that are on his that were on his laptop that Nicole Dunphy had to turn over to the feds. Yeah. So, okay. That guy that spun the wheels for Trump. This could also be Aileen Cannon that decides to give something up because she's tired of working for him and she wants to escape the situation. Or it's taken from her, and this could also be our Sheldon Whitehouse card that is working on that. And all of the other people, this could even be Glenn Kirshner, who helped. I posted in the community section a link that Libby posted from Glenn Kirshner as to how we can, each one of us, I haven't done it yet, but each one of us can write. There are links where we can write to get Aileen Cannon off the bench because she's holding up the stolen documents case. And the other one as well, because it's, well, nah, that's actually Scrotus that's doing that because of the immunity. But, no matter how all this goes, that's why I did that grand tableau and I didn't put in any timing in there because we know that no matter what, he has the strategy to appeal and put it in, those wheels of motion again where he's literally abusing the legal system. So we know that this case, in any case, will go all the way up to Scrotus, and that's where we have problems because they are not trustworthy, and he may not. I know he'll be restricted, but I don't know if he'll actually do jail time. But I do feel very, very confident that he will not win the election. So anyway, but he's looking forward to working with her, Susie Neckley's or whatever, and risking whatever and grifting as well off of his people. And then he goes home at night and just, at least he's got that, right? But him having to show up in court all this next week for sure, where his reputation is questioned, and then he's the grifting here. So I'll read the four corners now. The long-time grifter is exactly who he is, and then he's always had his sycophants to do the work for him, and he's always had his sycophantic legal teams to tie everything up beyond, into oblivion. But there are some rules and regulations around the grifting that is going to get him eventually. And there's something official about Melania getting away from him as well. This is often the yes, it's official card, according to the little book that comes with the deck. It was written by three very proficient Kipper readers. So, yeah, yes, it's official. Melania is, maybe her karmic cycle with him is done. And maybe that's why we had the death card in the center. Because remember, we had the death card and the Two of Cups. So, big changes in relationship, broken relationships. The marriage card being right over her shows that, besides their marriage, that like his partnership in crime with her went right into their, she was part of this inner circle and she knows a lot more. But she can't be made to testify against him because maybe that's why she hasn't divorced him yet. Plus, she's been his handler, right? Just like Ivana was before her. That is easily that is just easy information to get. Even intuitively. You don't need to be a psychic to figure that one out. So let's see, what else? If we were to read down the columns for each day, then Monday, grifting, but he does have to go to court. And they go back and forth over all the things, for the week. Although Monday's the holiday, so it won't be that, but he's preparing for it, I think. Maybe Monday he's just really out grifting, And the problem is that it's legal. It shouldn't be, but it's legal for him to do that. And, you know, to spread lies. And I guess it's a First Amendment right. And he'll do that until the day he dies. That he'll just go back and forth with that. That'll go on forever and ever. And then later on in the week, there it is. There's something new coming out about his reputation. And I don't know who this guy is that may flip besides Alan Weisselberg. Or it could be that Sheldon Whitehouse brings out something new about him and his reputation. And then if this is Wednesday, this could be, oh yeah, this probably is a day off. So maybe he does go to Mar-a-Lago, or he tries to spend some time with Melania. But I don't think she's having it. But that's what he sets himself up for, to have some time with her. Thursday, I think some money comes in that he wasn't expecting on getting, but the problem is like, can he access it? Or is it money that will get him locked up later on because it's coming from maybe a foreign country? Friday, this is Susan Neckley's, and, you know, her karmic spin on everything and working her fingers to the bone. And I think that both she and he are mentally, I mean, they might be smart in some ways transactionally, but you know, just devoid on the soul, on the spiritual levels. The souls are just ugh. And then Saturday, he's working, and he's got this strategy, and he may be traveling. And he also may be using a lot of drugs and something. And then Sunday he's down for some reason. Sunday he's down, and maybe this is Don Jr. who comes to visit him. Or it's Walt Nauta taking care of him. He's on top of ordering Walt Nauta around to take care of him. Yeah. Okay, so I want to do the angles just down to this card, because I want to focus in on what of course it's about Melania, but other forms of restriction for him are very karmic about the work that he's done, all the work, and the people that have worked for him. And then his reputation will, well, maybe there's a different way. He's going to be recognized, is what I'm hearing. There's recognition. This could also be him in his tower at Trump, his Trump Tower in New York. And then Melania isn't there. Yeah. I think that's probably the case. Yeah, and we covered everything with Melania there. I think I'm done. I think I'll just get this uploaded. And again, wish you guys the most wonderful holiday weekend. And shout out to all of our beautiful protectors, past, present, and future. I'm so grateful. So, and grateful for you too, all of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.